ambulatory emergency care service is a relatively new service that allows patients that would traditionally be admitted to be assessed, treated, investigated and managed as an outpatient, while still getting their investigations quickly, usually on the same day. The main benefits to the hospital and the patients are that the patient gets to stay in their own bed. So obviously we only take patients that are well enough to be treated on an outpatient basis.
I suffered from a quite severe bout of cellulitis. Initially, this was diagnosed correctly, and I was given oral antibiotics, which really, after the first 2 or 3 days, didn't seem to work at all. I was going downhill quite badly. Helen, my wife, was unhappy with the situation, so took me to see our local doctor, Dr. Richard Tribley, who immediately assessed the fact that I needed more help and I needed to go into hospital. He immediately recommended we go straight away, he'd make an appointment for us to go straight away to this place called AEC at Cheltenham General Hospital. AEC, I'd never heard of it. It turns out to be Ambulatory Emergency Care. Went there, was within a few minutes seen by the doctor. He then diagnosed sort of treatment to be given me, which was IV antibiotics and other forms of drip. This all took place within a couple of 3 hours time. At the end of that point, I was free to go home. This went on for a period of 8 days. And what I loved about the situation was it's effectively a halfway house between home and hospital, because I have all the facilities of a major hospital. Whatever's available, whatever needs to be is there. Whatever clinicians or expertise is needed is on hand. But at the end of the period, in my case 2 to 3 hours each day, I was free to come home. To come home with Helen. Helen would drive me home. I might go and sleep in my own bed, have my own food. I was delighted about the whole thing.
The treatment ran over the weekend, so one of the nurses at the AEC specifically, she went off and contacted Rapid Response team, and they arranged that they would come here, which they did. They came at 12:30 on Saturday and administered all the treatment. Very, very efficient, very competent. They gave us their telephone number on the basis that Barry was now their client, and that if anything happened during the night or at any time, we were to contact that number, and it was Amy's personal mobile phone number. Fabulous service, treated us like family, could not be bettered. And because we couldn't go to the AEC for the weekend, that was a brilliant way of getting the treatment that Barry needed.